Okay, on this video I am going to show you what Amendment 1 on Florida's November 2016 ballot is all about. Alright, and I'm going to show you who paid for Solar Amendment 1 on Florida's 2016 ballot and what this solar sham is all about. Right now I am logged into HelpSolarPower.org. That's HelpSolarPower.org. I was just kind of looking through. There's a whole bunch of pictures that I guess viewers have sent in, so I think they're kind of funny, some of these. I like this one here. I love it. Sounds pro-solar. Amendment 1 could kill solar in Florida. So, and it does sound pro-solar, but the fact is that it's not. Here we go. This stick works for Duke, not Florida. Vote no on 1. Help Solar Power. November 2016. I like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. And anyhow, did you see what this guy's saying here? This is absolutely crazy. Solar works in Germany because they have more sun. I mean, this is crazy. Germany gets as much sun as Alaska does. And Alaska is a state that gets the least amount of sun in the United States. So solar works in Germany because they have laws that help solar. Because they have laws that keep the market open, because they have laws that prevent big utility monopolies from preventing people from having solar. That's why solar works in Germany. If you allow the market to do its magic, then solar would work in the US also. It works in California, it works out west. The only reason why solar doesn't work in Florida is because we have paid officials that basically keep solar down. So I wanted to look through here. I'm looking for a nice little example that was on here about, I think we'll find it at the top. It kind of compares Amendment 1 to planting a mango tree in your yard, which I thought was pretty cool. So let's take a look here. Solar Amendment 1 is it would relate to mangoes or any other goods sold in Florida. So if you guys are not familiar with this amendment, Amendment 1 was sponsored by the big utility companies to the tune of $16 million. This is, this is public record. You can, go online and find that information out. I'm going to just concentrate on this little story here, which I thought was kind of funny. The utility company's proposed amendment reads as follows. As you can see, this is bait and switch here. This amendment establishes a right under Florida's Constitution for consumers to own or lease solar equipment installed on their property to generate electricity for their own use. State and local governments shall retain their ability to protect consumers' rights and public health, safety, and welfare. That is the bait. These are all rights that we already have. This is nothing new. We can buy solar panels. They're not banned in the United States. You can generate your own power through using solar panels. So this is no new rights for us. State and local governments already have the right to protect consumers. Again, this provides no new protections. Basically, this is the bait. It sounds pro-solar, so they put it on there, when in actuality, they're not giving us any new rights. And to ensure that consumers who do not choose to install solar are not required to subsidize. The key word here being subsidize, the cost of backup power and electric grid access to those who do. This is the switch. These are rights utility companies want to have in order to be able to legally penalize and fine and charge people for having solar. This is absolutely ridiculous, and this little mango story kind of explains why this is so freaking crazy. I can't even believe that they're asking for this. Well, anyhow, the utility company's proposed amendment as it would relate to mangoes. Mr. Smith really likes mangoes and spends $20 a month buying mangoes from the supermarket. Mr. Smith decides to buy a mango tree so he can grow his own mangoes. Because there are more mangoes now in the supermarket, the owner of the supermarket has to reduce the price of his mangoes. The supermarket owner gets angry and makes up the theory that it is not fair that Mr. Smith no longer pays to keep up the supermarket and therefore other supermarket customers are subsidizing Mr. Smith's ability to buy mangoes from the supermarket. You see how ridiculous this is? All right, so the supermarket owner's proposed amendment to the state's constitution reads as follows. This amendment establishes a right under Florida's constitution for mango consumers to own mango trees and grow their own mangoes. State and local governments shall retain their abilities to protect consumers' rights and public health, safety, and welfare. And this is exactly what the other one reads. So basically, it's saying that you have the right under Florida's constitution to own mangoes, to own mango trees and grow your own mangoes, and that local governments have their ability to protect consumers' rights and public health and welfare. And to ensure that customers who do not choose to grow their own mangoes are not required to subsidize the cost of mango access to those who do. So you see how if we word this like this, it sounds like it's pro mango growers, when in fact it's not. I mean, this is a sham. Not only is this amendment completely ridiculous, but it would set a very dangerous precedent. Amendment 1 would penalize consumers for not consuming or consuming less of a good. So basically that's what they're doing. So by saying that people who buy mangoes from the grocery store are subsidizing those who don't, I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. I can't even believe these people are asking for this. So anyhow, the utility companies do not like solar because it enables people to use less of their products. Solar power also puts more power into the grid, bringing supply up. Economics 101 tells us that the more supply, the cheaper the price. Therefore, the more people that have solar, the cheaper electricity prices should be. And that's a fact, you know, supply and demand. The more of a product, the less people buy it, the lower the price is going to be. So that's what the utility companies are afraid of. They're afraid of people putting solar, providing more power, and bringing the price of electricity down. The price of electricity coming down means less profits for them. They can no longer justify the need to build more power plants, which, you know, they take a big chunk of your electricity bill to build power plants that never even get built. So if you want to find out more information, you can go to HelpSolarPower.org. That's HelpSolarPower.org. And you can look at Amendment 1 as it would relate to mangoes or any other goods sold in Florida. So please pass the word. Let your friends know that Amendment 1 is not pro-solar. It's not going to help free market in Florida. It's not going to help the environment. It's not going to help create jobs in Florida. This is a sham. This is a scam. This was paid for by the big utility companies to help the utility companies. Again, this amendment only helps the big utility companies. It does not help solar. It does not help the free market. It actually sets a very bad precedent to allow big companies and big monopolies to fine and charge people for consuming less of their goods and service. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. This is a sham. This is a scam. If you read down, there's a bunch of other examples. It shows, you know, if I drive a truck to work and spend $200 in gas and I decide to ride a motorcycle instead or drive a Prius, how now the gas station owner has the right to tell me, hey, listen, because now you're only spending $50 on gas instead of 200. That's not fair because other people are subsidizing your ability to purchase gas. I mean, this is just a sham. This is a scam. Find out more at HelpSolarPower.org. That's HelpSolarPower.org. Make sure you vote no on Amendment 1 in November. Vote no on Amendment 1 in November 2016. And find out more at HelpSolarPower.org. That's HelpSolarPower.org. I really hope that this video has helped you to better understand what this sham amendment is all about. Again, vote no in November and visit HelpSolarPower.org.